I want to show you my tanning routine, basically how I take my skin from a little bit more fair to that summer sun-kissed glow. First, we have to exfoliate. This is gonna slough off all that dead skin and create a really smooth canvas for the tanner. All right, I'm out of the shower, so I'm gonna move into my body lotion. This is gonna set me up for success. It's really important to add some moisture to the rougher parts of your skin because it'll allow the tanner to kind of diffuse and blend more seamlessly. And last things last, we're gonna do the feet. Gotta get between your toes. Ankles as well, those are also rough spots. And another really important spot is the back of the heel. Whatever you have left over, just coat the hands. Make sure you get the wrist as well. Hands are always like the dead giveaway when you use faux tanner. You see someone's hands and you see the line or the orange in between or something like that. So just coat them real good and you'll be good to go. All right, let's talk about the star of the show. I'm gonna be using my Isle of Paradise tanning mousse. I love this stuff. It's great for color correcting the skin, adding a little bit of a glow, and it has no guide color, so you don't have to worry about tanner getting all over the place. I'm gonna be using two different tools. I'm gonna use my mitt for kind of all over the body, nice and easy. And then for those places that we applied the moisturizer, I'm gonna use my blending brush just to make sure the blend is nice and seamless. Grabbing my mitt and my mousse, just start with a couple pumps, and I'm gonna begin on my legs. So a lot of tanners, you wanna use circular motions, but with Isle of Paradise, I like to use just up and down motions, making sure that I'm covering the entirety of the leg, which is why I love using the mitt, because it's nice and big, makes your job easier. As I come up around the knee, I'm gonna kind of avoid the direct knee areas since we're gonna go back in with the blending brush. And then don't forget the back of the knee. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the mousse for my thighs. All right, so now let's grab our brush and do the feet and the knees. Less is more when you're working on the feet and the knees. You don't need too much of the mousse, that's plenty. And then I'm just gonna start applying to the top of my foot. And once you get it kind of blended outwards, you can start working on those more rough spots like your ankles and back of the foot. Just spread out your toes a little bit and let the brush do its job. It'll get in between. And voila. I'm gonna use even a smaller pump for my knee. Really don't need much. So you wanna disperse the product around the knee first, just to make sure it doesn't all collect in one spot. And then once you kind of do that, you can blend on top and around. All right, so now we're gonna do the other leg because that would be weird if we didn't. Making sure you're not missing any spots, that's the most important thing. And don't worry, I'll make sure to cover the rest of my leg underneath my shorts when the cameras aren't on. The brush is definitely a game changer. It's super soft. It's nice and dense, so it keeps the tanner in one area, but allows it to blend out really seamlessly. And it's my favorite for toes and fingers. Again, with the knee, less is more, even less than the foot. Easy. Probably like 2 pumps for each arm, I think is sufficient. So you can also kind of do this with the mitt to spread the product so it doesn't all go into one place when you apply it to your skin. This stuff is so good too because it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's technically moisturizing your skin while you're tanning. You'll notice I'm kind of skipping over the elbow, same way I did with my knee, and we'll use the blending brush there in just a minute. I like to take the mitt from the arm all the way down and then grab your armpit like that. It just makes a really smooth and seamless blend. You don't want to get too much product in your armpit, so I do this last. And then we'll grab our brush. We'll start kind of around the elbow to disperse the product, and then go ahead and blend. You can't miss your elbows. And then we're gonna take the tiniest baby pump again for the hand. Again, like the foot, I like to start with the biggest surface area, kind of disperse the product, and then blend out. When you do your knuckles, you wanna bend them. That'll help make sure that you're not missing any creases that will cause like lines in your tan. Second arm. So once you do the top of your hand, turn over, and I like to use just whatever's left for this section here. It creates a nice transition from the more pale skin here to the more glowy skin out here. All right, we're gonna use our moisturizer again. It's our best friend. After we apply the tanner to our hands and feet, this is again just gonna help kind of diffuse that tanner, make sure it's nice and seamless. Set yourself up for success. Any potential mistakes, you're literally moisturizing them away. Last things last, elbows and knees. Just a quick little extra boost of moisture. All right, so let's do the chest. I'm gonna use my mitt for the chest. Really easy. This is probably the easiest part of the body to apply to. Maybe a pump or two. You can disperse that product through the mitt if you'd like. And then just apply. I actually applied some tanner this morning with my face moisturizer, so I'm just gonna kind of connect and blend out the neck, so when it develops, it seems seamless. So now we're gonna move on to the back, and the back is always the hardest place for people to apply tanner naturally. I'm gonna use just 1 or 2 pumps to get started. Disperse that product again. To start, I like to use my other hand just to hold my elbow and kind of control where I'm applying. I have a really good tip for getting those hard to reach places on your back. So all of the product is on this side of the mitt, so you can just flip your hand inside of the mitt, and then you're able to use the other side of your hand to apply where you couldn't reach before. That's it. It takes 4 to 6 hours for the tanner to develop. I love this one because it has no guide color, meaning it's not gonna transfer onto your clothes or your bedding. I always like to wear loose clothes after I apply just to make sure it's not rubbing it off of my skin. That's pretty much my routine, so I'll see you on the tan side.